My name is Dylan Tucker and I'm the Cultural Resource Specialist for Fort Morgan. Basically that encompasses all the fields of the archives, museum management, living history program, tours, and history. And you're here at Fort Morgan. Basically this fort has been serviced through 1816 all the way to 1945, and it shows you the military branches that all the way serve and end with. A lot of people tend to go on their own self-guided tour using a brochure around the fortification, but you're missing out on a huge chunk. Now, going on the guided tours, we do walk you through those periods from those, first occupation all the way to World War II. And sometimes if you can look online and research it, there's some stuff there, but you miss the meat of it because the fort's a skeleton, but when you actually put the men's stories and names, you now have a full flesh of a story that actually go to it. So you get that human element, that there's actually kids here, 12, 13-year-olds who are getting shelled, terrified. My uniform is that of a standard infantry and artillery man of the 1st Alabama. My buckle reflects that of the Alabama map in the oak. Usually it'd have a map going down, but the red stripe of course reflects that of the artillery. Yellow is cavalry and blue is infantry. By 1861 in December, the Confederates have occupied this fort and they now have 1,075 men inside this fort. That is 400 more than what they can require in the Citadel. Your Citadel was dead center of the fort, massive 10-sided building, no longer standing. So the men are going to create these casemates and board them up like you see in fits, 100 to 150 men inside each one. Now the bunks here are later, 1863, so what you're going to do now is sleep the men head to toe, 2 men per bunk, much like Navy barracks. Average day for a soldier. Proceed for duty from your sergeant, wake up at 5 a.m., proceed over to the basin where the sergeant of the bunks will actually go over, take the toothbrush, brush his teeth, wash his face. From there, he'll pass that brush down to the next man in rank, all the way down to the lowly private. So 150 men, 1 toothbrush per company. By 1840s, the U.S. Army has now created the Army Corps Detachment of Laundresses. These are women who actually follow the men and take care of the clothing, the laundry, cooking, and everything in between. By 1861, the Confederates will do the same. They basically copy and paste what exactly the U.S. government did, and they will now hire 15 women on site. As I've mentioned, I am of Irish descent, and most of these women were Irish and came from Mobile themselves. But coming down, they had to be ordained by a minister to make sure they were of good faith and purity, which kind of means they were not foul women. But you also had to be married to an NCO, or non-commissioned officer. So being married to a man, mortality rates were pretty high. So if your husband was to die, the laundress had 3 days to bury, remarry, and be kicked out to Mobile. There were a few births here from the women. They called them the children of the regiments, but the harsh conditions basically took their lives. So we have children buried here on the side as well. Make ready, take aim, fire!